Hey everybody. I think I'm adding a new thing today, a new attribute for that's specific to spotlights, and I believe it was called decay. Um, so decay. I guess I should get my Chat GPT up and look at what we said yesterday. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, these are the different spotlights, and then yeah, point light decay. Yeah, that's right. And it could be a zero, a one, or any number. And it's an exponential decay if it gets to a certain point. Um, so, yeah. So if it gets past the number two. So decay. So I have basically the last few days I've been adding different attributes, and it's gone really well. I mean, the first one took a while, but now I kind of have the steps laid out, and so I know the first thing I need to do. I'm using this in Visual Studio Code. It tells me what my changes were, and I can just mimic them. Decay, we know it's a number, and then last time I went in order of the file names, but I think it makes sense to just do it in, I don't know, a different order. So basically, this is a light manager component, and I have a problem. I mean, this is where a light is added, and so I actually have an error right now here because the you know decay because I added the attribute to TypeScript, and TypeScript is requiring that I um, now I added the attribute, so now it's breaking where it didn't, and I cannot remember what the ThreeJS default decay was. I know it said it's typically one. Typically does not sound like the right word. I think this is a example where ChatGPT is you know it doesn't understand that a default isn't typically something. It is something. But I guess people make that kind of mistake all the time too. So, but form group, and actually, I guess that is an indication that people often make that mistake because it probably decided to use that uh, term because when it in all of the training that it got, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's typically," when it is, actually. But anyways, so basically, we're going to create a new form item in the form group, or form control in the form group. And I'm going to set it to the decay that we just set above. Light item utum. All right, what am I doing wrong? Light, capital I. Light item is decay. And then what's next? What's next? What's next? Okay, so we need to add so that if the user happens to write something that doesn't make sense in here, we'll just not use it. We're definitely violating the DIY do not repeat yourself. The dry DRY rule. Decay, Dakar, and then and decay. So decay, and then decay, and we'll use the value of decay. And we'll set it to decay. Then down here, We shall add. Okay, so yesterday I had this. I think I had this as penumbra, and I wanted to make sure because I hate it whenever I'm doing like a tutorial or watching something on YouTube and the code just mysteriously, like I see that they typed in a bug, and then the next time you see the screen, it just mysteriously fixes itself. So I was watching the video. I usually watch the videos after I I watch them twice. I usually watch them right after I film them, and then right before I upload them. So although those real long ones, I have to admit I only watched like the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then the last 2 or 3 minutes, then the last couple minutes, because they are pretty long. And I do watch them in double speed, and I actually like the way I talk a lot better in double speed. I wish I could talk that way all the time. But anyways, light item. Okay, so we already have this in. Now I'm in the template. We already have kind of an area set aside for the spotlight. So I'm just going to kind of just pile on and set it up for decay. I don't know what some good words are for decay. The hint can't be too long because I didn't give that much space. Let's see, I'm just going to get rid of this for the moment. I'll bring it back in a second. Oh, that's my main problem, is this is where I should be. All right. And let's see. Light. Intensity. Decrease rate. And let's go back to this layout and go back to our service. And I think there's only one place, and basically I just say, hey, if it's a spotlight, then go ahead and upload. I shouldn't really need to do this, but the TypeScript is making me do it. And because obviously, I mean, I don't, in JavaScript, it doesn't care. It doesn't care if you have an extra attribute on something that isn't necessary, and it isn't necessary, for other kinds of lights. Spotlight's the only one that these three things, or is the only light that I've implemented that these three things matter on. So let's see what we get. So we have to have a mesh. I don't know if you've watched this before, but basically lights in ThreeJS are only the effect of the light is visible. You can't actually see them without something for them to like reflect off or be illuminated by. And ThreeJS has three materials, and Phong is the one that cares about light. So basically you can't see it right now. And so my default light is a what kind of light is it? I can't even remember. A point light. And the way spotlights work is they start at a spot and then they aim at a spot. And I haven't implemented being able to update what it's aimed at. So it always just defaults to 0. So I'll move it to 1 so that the spotlight can look at there. Okay, so now we have a decay of 1. I don't know. Let's try 0.1 and see if that does something. Hey, that did something. So it made it smaller, which I believe the angle does the same thing. I don't know really what the difference is. So what happens if I make it 2? Oh, that's the intensity. So something, and I thought I had noticed this before. Something changes. Let's see. Let's look at area because yeah, this only was supposed to deal with the see, it must have been 1 before, so the default must be 1. See, ChatGPT said that the default was that other number, but it's got to be 1 because that's where it always ends up doing until I make an update. Um, anyways, I should change that next time and see what happens. I guess there's no reason not to do it now. Let's set the angle to 1. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add our mesh. We'll move it to -1, and we'll make it wide, tall. We'll make it Phong, and then go back to the light. Come to the light. I swear I've done that joke so many times now. Move that out to 1. Convert it to a spotlight, and then let's change decay. So it did seem to get smaller. Let's make it a 1, make it a 2, make it a 4, and 8, 80. So that's that. I guess I could move the mesh to 1. I mean to zeros, because that would be right where the light is focused on. Oh, look at that. So you know, it decayed before it could get to it with 80, 0, 1.1, 3, 39. This is weird. I don't really know what's happening. 1, 2, 3. So it's getting brighter and brighter, it seems like. It's almost like the intensity is maxed out. I guess it's because my intensity is so bright. And I guess I should move this out a little farther too. See, so it's bigger because the spotlight is farther to shine. K is 1, 10. I guess the way you lay things and all that make a difference. I guess what we can do is we can make the position like 20. And then what we could do is we can animate it. And I believe that it's happening in 3 seconds. So let's make it 10. And let's go ahead and go to animations and make it longer. Maybe 9 seconds. Let's go ahead and pause it and see where we're at. So it doesn't show up till the very end. And if we look at Z, we can see the point. So basically, yeah, at this point, let's see, so once you get to 2, it's completely decayed away. So now it's sitting at 10. Let's go back to our light and see. So it's a decay of 1. as we get closer. And then we're just so close that it's gone. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I believe the light is sitting out at 10, right? So if we put another little mesh and make it something that cares about, oops, wrong one. Give it a Fong. I guess you can't really differentiate it from the one behind it. Oh, they're both sitting on each other. So let's give this one a position of like -3. So that's pretty cool. So the decay is coming in. The spotlight is coming at it, and then as it gets there, oh my gosh, that was freaking trippy. Anyways, let's see. How long are we in? 16 minutes. Sorry about that, everyone. And happy coding. Bye.